Hello guys and welcome to another reading vlog, or welcome to another episode of Fresh Off the Shelves. I love this series so much. I love it because I just feel like the hype of a new release is so exciting, especially one that's a very anticipated release. And today's episode we have a very anticipated release. Are you ready? Are you ready? We have the new Ashley Poston book, Sounds Like Love. I cannot even tell you how excited I am to read this. The whole concept of this sounds so interesting. The thing that I absolutely love about Ashley Poston's books is that they're romances with depth to them, but then they also have this magical realism twist, and I just love it. I love a romance with something more to it, and Ashley Poston does them so well. And last year I actually read all the books that she released, so I've very much been anticipating a new one from her. I don't actually know that much about this one. I know that it's about two musicians, and I know that there's kind of like a telepathic connection that they have, which is the magical realism part of it. And I think the female main character is a songwriter, and she like has writer's block, and we follow her going back to her hometown. That's kind of all I really know about this. I don't really know how he fits into it. I don't really know how the music part fits into it, but I'm excited to find out, and I'm very excited to be doing another Fresh Off the Shelves episode. So I really hope you enjoy watching. I am 116 pages into Sounds Like Love by Ashley Poston, and I thought I'd do a little 100-page update and let you guys know what this is actually about. We basically have Joni, who is a songwriter, and she's struggling at the minute with writer's block, and just she feels like she's lost her thing that makes her a good songwriter. And then we also have Sebastian, and Sebastian used to be part of a really famous boy band. And then we follow Joni, who is going back to her hometown. It's this really cute little beach town, and while she's at home she hears this voice in her head that is this really annoying, aggravating man's voice that is very much in her head, like they can hear each other's thoughts. I honestly just love that. I love that they can literally communicate with each other and they don't know who they are. And I'm at the point now where they basically agreed to meet up in person. It honestly already feels like it has a lot of depth going on. Like, these characters feel very thought out, even though we don't know everything right now about them and their background, but I just get the sense that they have a lot more going on, like especially with Joni at the minute, and like her home life and her background with her home life with her mum that has dementia, and how she's basically going home for the summer to have this last good summer as a whole family, because they think it's going to be the last summer where her mum actually remembers who they are and everything. So there's a lot to unpack, there's a lot going on. And they also have this family run business, which is like a music bar, and I'm just really enjoying the vibes of it. I'm really enjoying the vibes of it so far, and I'm really excited for them to actually meet. Very excited for that. And I just think this is such a good summery little magical realism romance. I'm having a really good time. It's so good. The concept is so good. It literally makes me feel giddy. Into the last 50 or so pages, maybe even less than that, maybe like 40, and that makes me so sad because I'm really enjoying it. I'm actually having the best time. This is one that I think I made this mistake before with Ashley Poston's books, and I always regret not annotating them from the beginning. And I always realise too late, and then there's just so many quotes in here and so many things that were so beautifully written that I just wish I'd annotated them. Why do I do it to myself? It's just so good. It's got such a good balance between these characters having a lot of depth and you caring about them, but also it's so fun and summery at the same time because we're in this cute little small town and it's one of those small towns that has all the little quirks in it, and their romance is so fun because of their telepathic connection. I mean, literally stop it right now. It's just so good. I mean, that taking a romance and adding that little extra on is so good. Because what do you mean that they can communicate literally in a room without actually talking out loud? What do you mean that they're literally in each other's heads? That they can literally hear each other's thoughts? Any thoughts that they have, even if it's about each other. What do you mean? What do you mean? So fun and flirty, and I love it. And I honestly don't know where Ashley Poston comes up with these magical realism twists. Like, I don't know where she gets the next one from because they're all just so fun, and I think they really uplift just a normal romance, which I love. This one, because of the themes in it and because of the kind of hidden messages, and also because of the town and how filled out the town feels like with everybody in it, it feels like a very full book. That probably doesn't make any sense. It just feels very well rounded, very grounded, very real. Like, it feels all coloured in. Feels very filled in. I don't know if that is making any sense, but that's just what I'm thinking in my head. Like, it just feels complete, you know? And I haven't even finished it, but I get the impression that it's going to be very satisfying wrapping up. And I also really like how this one has a little bit of like mystery in there as well, because you don't really know how this whole telepathic connection is going to end. You also have some mystery or some questions about certain relations or certain things that just aren't adding up that are happening with her family. So you do definitely have questions that make you want to keep reading as well. It's not just the romance that makes you want to keep reading, because everything else that's going on in this town and in this family as well. I really, really like this whole music bar thing that they have, the revelry. I really, really like that. I think it's just so cute, small town, cozy vibes. And also you really get the impression that this is where she is from. Like, this is home to her and this is what made her who she is. You really get that impression about that place, and I just really like that. I'm sad to be finishing because I've really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it, and the writing is just beautiful. Just beautiful. And like I said, I wish I'd annotated it. I wish I had. I finished. This was just one of the most beautiful stories I've probably ever read. That's a big statement, I know. But there is just something so heartfelt, heartwarming. It feels equally hopeful as it does heartbreaking. It feels equally like heartwarming as it does heartbreaking, and I don't quite know how she's done that, because some of the topics in here, like especially talk about dementia and what her mum was struggling with. I do just want to mention the fact that that is very prevalent in here, in case that is something that you need to know going into it. But the way that it was spoken about, I just think was so beautifully written, and like I said, it was heartbreaking at times and definitely felt emotional and very heavy emotions, but at the same time, literally within the same paragraph, it also felt heartwarming and hopeful in a weird way. I just think that was done so well and added so much depth to these characters as well, and was taking a really hard topic but speaking about it in a really beautifully done way, which I always appreciate in books like this. And I really, really appreciate it when it's not something that really heavily brings the book down, even though it is a heavy topic. I just think this was stunning. I do. And I had a really, really good time reading it. The writing, I did say this in my last clip, but the writing in this, love. Wish I'd got a pen out, wish I'd annotated so that I could go back and read some of these quotes to you, because they're so good. And some of the imagery that was used to describe certain feelings were just stunning. Stunning. I also really like how everything was wrapped up and every character felt like they were exactly where they needed to be by the end. I really, really liked that. I also enjoyed how a lot of like the side characters also had something, not that they needed to fix, but something that they didn't quite like in their life, but by the end they were where they needed to be. There was just something so satisfying about the ending with every single one of these characters. I really like Joni and Sebastian together. I really like them. I just like the whole story. And I love this whole telepathic connection little element in there. I loved that. And it also just made me so giddy when they were like flirting with each other in their heads. And also whenever one of them thought like a dirty thought, the other one could hear, and I'd be like, stop it right now. I think that is a genius idea for a romance. I think it's genius. What else? The little town that they were in. I loved it. The little coastal beach town with all the little quirky shops and the quirky little barge that they went to try out different drinks. The little ice cream shop that they had. It just, like I said earlier, this feels like a very coloured in book. And I think that is such a perfect way to describe it. I also could not stop thinking about the song Vienna by Billy Joel throughout this whole book. I feel like that song really has the vibe of this book and the things that Joni is going through, and also the fact that they literally live in Vienna shores. I'm sure that that's not a coincidence, especially because one of the last chapters was named after that song as well. That's another thing that I absolutely loved. I loved how every chapter was named after a song. I loved that. Just so good, so good. I'm trying to work out in my head if this is a 5-star read, and I think it's like a 4.5 stars, so a very solid rating, but I'm not sure it has the 5-star feeling. Even though I absolutely loved it, I'm not sure it has that feeling quite yet. But that could change, that could very much change, because if I can't stop thinking about this book since I put it down, I've literally only just stopped reading it. So if I can't stop thinking about it, then it's definitely gonna have to be a 5-star. I'm just jumping in here because it's actually the next day after I filmed the clip that you were just watching. But I have to say, I can't stop thinking about this book. I can't stop thinking about it. I can't stop thinking about it, and I think it's gonna have to be a 5-star read. I do. I've already moved on to my next book, and I'm honestly sat here wishing that I was still in this world and with these characters, and all I want to do is read this book even though I've literally just finished it. So I think it's gonna have to be a 5-star read. I think this is the first 5-star read that we've actually found during our series of Fresh Off the Shelves, which is very exciting, if I'm not mistaken. I think the highest we've had is like 4.5, so this is very exciting. I was sat here like, would I change anything about this book? No, I wouldn't. There is one slight thing that I would have done right at the end if it had been me writing this. And it was something that I was kind of hoping for, just to leave it a little bit open-ended, and that's to do with like the telepathic connection. I think I would have included like one line as like the last line in italics, to kind of hint, but also leave it open-ended. I think that's probably what I would have done, and I would have loved it if that had happened. I know that that's going to be so vague if you haven't read this book, but I don't want to say any more because I don't want to ruin anything. But that's all. I just wanted to say that this is officially a 5-star read. It's a 5-star read. I will pass you back to past Liza. That's all. I just wanted to jump in and let you guys know. Yeah, I loved. I actually think this has been one of my favourite episodes of Fresh Off the Shelves. I've just really enjoyed filming it, really enjoyed the book that we were reading, and I've just had the best time over these last couple of days. I really hope that you enjoyed watching this video. If you've read this already, let me know your rating, let me know your thoughts and everything. I would absolutely love to chat to you guys about it. And thank you so much for being here and for watching this video, and I will hopefully see you in my next one.